In 2006, my friend Phil floated an idea that a group of us support a village through Agros. After learning about Agros's concept of land, through a sheer leap of faith, we jumped in. At the time, we had no idea of the full package we would bring to a village in Nicaragua as part of the Agros team. Three years later, I found myself getting out of a minibus and looking across the street in rural Nicaragua at a group of people, none of us really understanding why we were there. The men eagerly carried our luggage the last half mile up to their village, while we walked slowly and admired the beauty of this land. All of us were a bit uncertain what to do, because for all of us, this was our first service team. We entered their village of Nueva Esperanza, New Hope, and we started to learn more about each other. The people there greeted us warmly, and we tried to understand what we were seeing and what we were experiencing. One of our very first activities was to tour their fields. They were very proud, and we learned a lot as Ernesto, the Agros leader for 4 villages, including Nueva Esperanza, took us around. We listened carefully.
Entonces, esta yema, esto le va a dar la potencia a esta yema. Cuando ya esté aquí, esta va a tener mayor resistencia a plagas de enfermedad y mayor producto.
So that if this has a better root system,
Esta tendría mejor raíz.
Esta malanga, para poderle entregar a un acopio, hay que hacerle ese trabajo.
It's got little veins in it.
have any smell?
De Nueva Esperanza, la profesora
This is a primary school teacher.
de su nombre.
Álvaro Zavala. Primaria regular es un solo grado, con 46 niños. So she's working with kids from first grade, and it's in total about 46 kids. Entre las edades de 6 a 8 años. And they're from 6 to 8 years old. Por la tarde está trabajando la otra maestra con primaria multigrado.
Farming, though, was only part of the lesson for me. The bigger lesson was still to come. Rural Nicaragua, 2 hours beyond Matagalpa, is truly a beautiful place. Mysterious, very different from where we were all coming from. There was a joy in it, but for me, there was also an element of fear. This was very different from anything I'd ever seen or been in, and living right there in the village of Nueva Esperanza was not easy. We saw beautiful things, but many times these beautiful things had mysterious things wrapped in them. We were very well taken care of. Agros had arranged for a cook, as well as 2 of the women from there, to help preparing our food. They prepared 3 delicious meals a day, frequently with handmade tortillas. We set up tents in one of their new homes. I wondered what it would have been like to let somebody sleep in my new house before I was able to. The facilities were rugged, but they were adequate. Most of all, it allowed us to be in the village from sun up to sundown and really begin to experience the tempo of life there. Things really started to change, though, in the baseball game, where the people of Nueva Esperanza invited us to join them. Playing on the same team with them, we played for hours. We started to see the similarities, the love, the passion, and the emotion that we all shared together. Somehow, in that afternoon of baseball, after the men had spent the entire morning working hard, we started to come together. We then went from house to house and visited all 33 of the families. For me, this was the toughest part, but also the biggest change. We saw families who were struggling to have enough food to eat. We saw families who had had terrible pain and gone through horrendous trials to be where they were. But most of all, we saw families of deep faith and were deeply thankful for everything that was going on there. For the next 3 days, we played with the kids, we worked in the fields side by side with the men and women, and we sat and talked in front of their houses. We got to know them, and they got to know us, and there became less and less an us and a them. Next came the 4th of July barbecue. This was with real joy for all of us. There was a little bit of Americana with our barbecue sauce from Texas. We had the opportunity to serve, and we did it with great joy. There were smiles all around. I think most of them may have even been on us. There was a full plate for each person there, no matter how old they were. For many people, this was the first full plate of food they'd had in a long time. On my first trip to Nicaragua, I learned about faith and love and independence, and how that's only achieved when people from far away come together. My name is Brad Allen, and this year I learned that I have family in Nicaragua.
Vlad. ¿Ah?
¿Sí?
Ven, tócalo aquí, yo te grabo.
Sí. Ah.
Solo aprieto el rojo, o ya, grabando.
Ah.
Aprieto el rojo. Está grabando, ¿no?
Sí. Ah.
Quieto.
Bueno, vaca. Hablamos.
Ya. Ok. Vamos a la escuela, ¿eh? Ya hay otra escuela ya.